Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. It's chilly today. I hope it warms up because I hate to be cold. Ooh, I cannot stand to be cold. I remember when I was in the military and we had to get up early to do PT, which is basically physical training, exercising, and I was just not a morning person. And I remember I'd be in formation and we're basically waiting to get started. And there's always that one person that would just be so loud and talking. Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Let's go! I mean, maybe they were just trying to motivate themselves, might as well. But man, if it's cold, I'll just stand there real quiet. I'm not saying anything. Not until we actually get those commands that when we have to say what we need to say when we're exercising and all of that. But I'll just stand there. I'm not talking. I'm not speaking. I'm not being nasty now. But I'm just quiet. I'm trying to just acclimate to what's going on, the weather. So I've always been that way, like with training. Ooh, I hated when we had to do training and it's cold outside. Just everything felt cold. You're dealing with, equipment that's made of metal and it's just cold. And then you have to take your gloves off to put the stakes in the ground to set the tent up. Oh, ooh, I'd be salty the whole time, not saying a word. So this type of cold right here is not exactly the same. Obviously, I'm not training or anything like that, but I still don't like to be cold. So anyway, guys, with that being said, I wanted to just read the scripture to you all, and then I wanted to elicit your help through prayer. Psalm 121 says, I lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence comes my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heavens and the earth. He will not suffer my foot to be moved. He that keepeth me will not slumber nor sleep. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. I also want to share with you Psalm 120. It says, in my distress I cried unto the Lord, and he healed me. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue. What shall be given unto thee, or what shall be done unto thee, thou false tongue? Sharp arrows of the mighty with coals of juniper. Woe is me that I sojourn in Meshach, and I dwell in the tents of Kedar. My soul hath long dwelt with him that hateth peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. And I'm telling you guys, that's pretty much an experience that I am having, where I want peace, but the other party wants war. Something that I've learned a long time ago, and some of you can have shared your stories with me, and about how sometimes when you're just minding your business and you're living your life and you have this person who just wants to stir up trouble and stir up strife. And a lot of times it's because when you're holding your peace and you're not engaging, they have to find a way to get you to engage. I don't know if you ever met what I will call a provocateur. And a provocateur is a person who comes in your life. They may live with you. It could be someone at your job. Could be just someone who pops up every now and then, and all they do is just come to just kick up the sand, start trouble. They love to argue. They look for drama. They create drama. And let's say, for example, just giving an example here, if the person says to you, don't worry about it, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm done. And you don't respond, so they take off and they leave. Just an example here, guys. And then you don't respond. You move on with your life, you do the things you need to do, and then they pop up 6 to 8 months later and behaving as if they don't understand why you've moved on with your life. And now they're angry with you for moving on with your life. And now they're behaving as if they never said to you just 6 to 8 months back that they're done. This is what you call an antagonistic person, a person who has no peace. It's like they have a vendetta. And oftentimes the Lord will maybe telling you to hold your peace. Sometimes you may need to take action, but there are times when you're just ignoring that individual. But they keep on coming and coming and coming, and they do more. And you have people who will be upset or aggravated or even angered by your peace. They don't like it. So they're going to do anything possible to get your attention, anything possible to get you out of character, anything possible to get you to behave out of sorts. And sometimes it works. And when it works and you engage with them, whether in an argument or you behave out of character, you will see that they're very satisfied. They thrive in that. If you notice someone, if you give them nothing and you don't argue with them, they can't stand it. They keep goading and come around, and they trying to weaken the foundation over time. But the minute you snap, the minute you act out of character, the minute you haul off and start cussing, which can happen to anybody, the minute you just pop off, or what some of y'all call crash out, and just behave out of character, you can see the satisfaction. You can hear the satisfaction. The text messages, if they're texting, or the emails are going to heighten. They're going to shame you. I thought you were a Christian. I thought you were this type of guy. I thought you were this type of woman. Oh, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because people like that are sent. They're sent. They're sent from darkness. People like that often are miserable on the inside. And believe it or not, you were their light. You were their comfort. You were their joy. Whether it's a relationship or it was a friendship, whether you were in business with this person, because you were there, their business was running well. Because you were in their ministry, you were at the church and you were helping, the certain auxiliaries were thriving, or the ministry was thriving because of who you were. If it was a friendship, they enjoyed the benefits of being your friend because you were a kind and good friend. And if it was a relationship, they enjoyed being the benefits of being with you because you were a good husband, you were a good wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister. And when you're not there anymore, they have to face themselves and they're miserable. But what they're going to do is they have to turn it all around and blame you for it. What are they blaming you for? Well, they're going to tell you all these different things that's not really fact, or throw those things out. But what you did was you withdrew yourself. You're no longer engaging with them. So sometimes what they're going to do is stir up the pot. Sometimes what that person at the job is going to do, or your neighbor, or whatever you may be facing, they're going to start to do things to try to provoke you because they want a response, because they need that type of negative energy, even if it comes in the form of an argument or even violence. Do you know that there are people who just react to violence? They respond to aggressive tones. I've seen this many times, especially if I'm watching like documentaries or just certain things like that, or shows, reality things where they're being arrested by the police, like police dash cams. I will see people where they're so aggressive and they behave in this manner. They're yelling and they're screaming, they're cursing and they're threatening. And only once that police officer becomes uses physical force, maybe even tase them, pepper spray them, hog tie them, that's when they calm down, because that's what they understand. And so that's what I want to kind of get you to understand, that there are some people who are like that. They need that aggression from you, they need that reaction, and they are so desperate for it that they're going to do anything to get you out of character, to get you to behave in a manner that they can now gloat and talk about you and make you feel bad about your response, because they're miserable. You took yourself away from them, the bit of light that they had. Even if they mistreated you, they knew you were a good person. Even if they compromised a friendship, they knew you were a good friend. They knew they could always depend on you. And now you're gone. And how dare you be gone? And so, therefore, no matter what you do, no matter how much you're trying to keep the peace, no matter how many discussions you've had with them, no matter, even if you are being quiet and minding your own business, you're going to find that there are people who are just going to keep coming and coming and coming. And the reason why that happens is because they're tormented by themselves. When you are a person that you are evil, a person who does wrong, there's an emptiness that's going to be there. It also opens you up to darkness. And when darkness sets in, it's like you're trying to get comfortable in a wet blanket. And a lot of times, because people don't want to face themselves, they have to find someone to blame. But there are people who are like this. They have somebody that they target, somebody that they just have somebody that's their main source of that's the person that they target on the most. They focus on this person, they try to have fights with them, and the reason why is because you're not giving them something. When you're in God's perfect peace, they don't like it and they want to bring you out of it. And you have to see it from a spiritual point of view, which is very hard to do sometimes. Even I sometimes have a hard time seeing it. All I'm seeing is this conehead person, that's making me mad. I just want to just react. But we also got to realize it's spiritual. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and the rulers of the darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness in high places. It is not easy to remember that when someone is literally trying to take up your time or do things to get your attention, maybe, or trying to be manipulative. But we have to remember that we have to allow God to fight our battles. And sometimes that's very hard to do. But if we allow ourselves to get in there, if we allow ourselves to be shaken, if we allow ourselves to want to retaliate, we're going to lose. Because they're retaliating. A lot of times people are miserable and trying to get you. They're miserable people trying to retaliate, trying to get you. And if you engage in the game, now you're in the mud like them. It's like they're already in mud. They're already in this pile of ranking filth that they're trying to get you in. And if they manage to pull you in at some point, you're not like that. So you're not happy with yourself when you go that way. You run to the Heavenly Father and you're like, Lord, forgive me, help me. And you pull and you get back in line with the Father. And they don't like that. So we have to make sure that we keep our eyes stayed on Him. And with that being said, guys, y'all know that I do have a situation. Some of you already know I've done a video about it, where on the 14th of January at 9 a.m. Central Time, That's the time. It's not my time, but it's Central Time. I have a hearing, and y'all know the details, or at least what I've shared with you all. And what I'm asking for each and every one of you to do is to, between now and the 14th, just once a day, just keep me in your prayers. Pray that the will of God is done, that the judge will make all decisions in wisdom, that there will be no room for manipulation, no one will be in their emotions, and that all will go well. That all will go well in my favor, and that this loose end will be tied up, and the truth will be revealed once and for all. That the truth will be revealed once and for all. So today is Monday. So I just ask you to keep me in prayer today. Just whenever you guys pray, just remember me and just pray for me in this situation. And all the way up until next week, the 14th at 9 a.m. Central Time. And I believe that God is going to be in control, that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and I shall do the same for you. I know that my help comes from God. And for me, I think the biggest thing is I don't like to be aggravated. If I'm going to be honest, I don't like to be aggravated, and I don't like to waste time on silly things and things where I know I haven't done anything, but the individual just keeps doing little stuff. And no matter how much, uh, no matter how much I may be trying to work or try to work with them in the past, it's not enough. And for a long time I was asking God, what is that? If I'm not going after this individual and I'm not saying anything to this person, why do they keep doing that? And the Lord did reveal some things to me as to why it is. And one of the main thing is that they're aggravated by my peace. That everything that they have tried to do is not working. They're not getting through. They're not getting the emotional response that they're used to or expect, or the attention. And so, guys, I just pray that I will ask you all to pray for my protection. I will ask that you all will pray that this does not become a situation where the person is just gets crazy and just behave in a way that is illegal, unethical, immoral, dangerous. Because some people could do that. I put nothing past anybody. And that the angels of God will be around me and my household. And I pray that you pray for us in general, this household. So, guys, that's all I have. Thank you for that. This is what I'm asking for. And I hope that this message encouraged you all as well, that you can understand why sometimes people do what they're doing. Whoever you have in your life or you used to have in your life, and you're not dealing with them, and they just keep on being antagonistic and doing things. You may even, I'll challenge you to keep a calendar, because just of the times that they pop up, and you'll see that that person has a cycle. They have a cycle. You see, they may do this every other week, once a month, the first Monday or last Thursday of the month. They behave a certain way because that's when they're most tormented. And when they're most tormented, they're often seeking the person who they blame for things, or they're looking for that person to blame. Yeah. And then sometimes you have to think of what you have going on in your life at the time and how this person has been sent by the enemy to shake you up, to cause you to lose sight of what God is trying to do in your life, or even to mess up what you have going on. And some of you, I'm going to say, stop posting your business. Make sure you're not posting your business and your accomplishments online. You know, guys, we're in the age of technology and social media, but it's really not natural to go online and put your business online and to showing people what you're doing. It's not. That stuff is supposed to be kept between you and your friends. And what you do is you call your friend up on the phone and you share those things, and you do your two-way and your three-way calls with your friends and your loved ones, and those are close to you. You meet for dinner and you show them your new car and you show them your house. It could be just a couple, your two best friends, or that one person you can trust. Your accomplishments, our accomplishments, is not meant to be online for people to see. It's really not. It's one of the biggest downfalls that a lot of people are not understanding, because you're in the age of technology and you think it's okay. You're supposed to share your breakfast and you're supposed to share this and share that. Certain things you can show, hey, if you want to show someone how to do a recipe, or you want to show somebody how to make something, but just literally sitting around and showing in your house and your car and what you have going on, I don't believe that you should really do that. People may see a corner of your house when you're doing your videos, if you're doing videos where you are being seen. But it is a dangerous thing, a very dangerous thing, to always have your life on display. And sometimes that could be the driving force in a lot of the misery that you can go through, that can cause danger, that can cause problems. Too much exposure, too many people know you. And a lot of times as well, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go, is that sometimes your danger could come from strangers who sit there and think about this. You would not let open your door to somebody on the street and say, come in my house and see what I'm eating, or come in my house and see my new furnishings or my bedroom set. You wouldn't, because it's dangerous. But people feel that they're safe because they're online. You're not safe. You're doing that. You allow that one stranger on the street to come in and look at your house and thinking how dangerous that will be, and showing them your family and all y'all in your pajamas dancing. Think of how that would be. You just let that person come sit on your couch and do that. It is the same. It's just as dangerous, even more, when you are doing that, but you are doing it on such a higher level by doing it online, where people on all corners of the earth and the world can see it. They think they're safe because they're online. You're not safe online. There are people who can hack into so many different things, get your IP address, figure this out, figure out where you live, come to your door, and do you harm. Okay? Now, they may do that and they might end up earning their wings that day, depending on who they want to roll up on. Okay? Especially if you're a legal carrier. Yeah, that person might be seeing Jesus a lot sooner than later, but it's still not a good thing. You understand? So, guys, that's all I have. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your prayers, and God bless you. Have a wonderful week.